Shepherd and the crew, covering all elite wrestling, bringing you the news. It's Sunday Night Raw, gonna rock your world. Tune into the podcast, let the chaos unfurl. The energy's electric, the passion's on fire. Kicking out podcasts, taking higher and higher.
What's up, Kicking Out Podcast Nation? It's Sunday night. It's September 29th, 2024, the last September episode for
It's crazy.
KOP of the year because Tuesday starts October. Don't know where this year has gone. It is flowing by. Only a two-man band tonight as of now. I teased last week we thought we'd have the three-man band, not Drew McIntyre, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, the KOP three-man band of myself, Paul Zartman, Austin Shepard. We thought we'd all three be in the house tonight. Unfortunately, Shep's kids are under the weather, kind of like Paul was under the weather last week. It's that time of year.
It is.
Things are going around. So, and we were a little early tonight. We decided to record at 8 instead of 8:30. Made that business decision here within the last half hour, actually. So if Shep can join us, he will. But, of course, no pressure on him. But, Paul, how we doing tonight?
Good. I was watching the Open, and I shaved this week, and I instantly regretted it. And then I saw the picture that's in the Open of me, and I was like, man, I really regret it now. But it'll be back. It'll be back. I just had some dry skin from the winter weather that's coming in, or the fall weather, whatever you want to say. Cooler weather. And so it just needed a restart on that. So it'll be back.
Yep, that's what happens with facial hair. It usually comes back, and sometimes it comes back pretty quickly. So,
not my luck.
Well, for some people. So,
yeah.
But yes, we have a lot to discuss tonight. A lot going on in the AEW world as of late. Of course, it was Grand Slam week. Both Dynamite and Collision were Grand Slam. What do I want to say? I don't want to say featured, but Grand Slam
episodes.
Themed. Yeah, themed.
Yeah.
This week. So it's usually one of the, if not the biggest Dynamite of the year. We also have a lot of contract news to discuss tonight. Some talent re-signing, a talent's contract potentially coming up sooner than everybody thought. It could potentially be on the move. Some other talents maybe not being on the move as quickly as others thought. So we will get into all that here soon. But first, I know you and I aren't as entertaining when it comes to this question as Shep, but Paul?
Yeah. What are we
drinking tonight?
I got my typical usual Mountain Dew.
That's more exciting than me. I just got straight up H2O, agua, drinking water.
You're boring.
I am pretty boring. I'm kind of, the older I get, the more boring I get. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
So I was going to have some cranberry ginger ale, but I had like 5 minutes to get up here in my office / studio. And I thought, I'll just drink water. So I got to have something though. The throat gets a little dry sometimes when you're talking as much as I do on these things.
That's because you never shut up. That's beyond the point.
It's
a podcast. You got to have something to drink because, even back and forth, good conversations. It's like, you know what? The throat's getting a little scratchy.
Yep. So, or sometimes a coughing attack comes on out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So,
those are always fun.
So you never know. So, and also, I know you don't have anything behind you. Maybe one of these days, maybe your office will get a revamp and you'll have something, a TV in there
that's
somewhere.
Coming pretty quickly. So
all right, we'll be on the lookout for it. But I do have some pro wrestling behind me, so I'll cue up the graphic.
What are we watching?
Well, we still don't have AEW programming over on Max yet. I think we're getting very close. When that happens, I'll be having AEW programming on behind me every week, not the old WWE / WWF or WCW or ECW or any of that. But tonight we have Monday Night Raw from September 28th, 1998 behind me.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find one that happened on this exact day, but got a little tired of it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll find one close to it. So there we are. And behind me is Mr. McMahon, which there's that docu-series out on Netflix. It It landed on Netflix on Wednesday.
I
And
hear it's done pretty well. I've
yeah.
seen a lot of people talking about it on socials. I currently don't have Netflix. I'm not ashamed to say that. So I have not seen this, but it seems like a lot of people do or have enjoyed this that have seen it.
Yeah, I watched it, and my wife sat down and watched it with me. She's not a big pro wrestling fan, but she likes documentaries, docu series stuff. So she sat down and watched it, and I think she enjoyed it. Um, she did think it posted McMahon in more of a positive light than she was expecting.
I think that was the goal before these allegations ever came out.
Correct, because a majority of the interviews were filmed in 2021 before any allegations came out, before Vince retired, before he sold the company. Now, some of them with like Meltzer, Cody Rhodes, a few other individuals were filmed after, or Cody's might not have been after, but Meltzer's they did some that were filmed like from earlier this year at the end of the documentary. So and then they had captions come up talking more about the allegations and everything. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty well done, especially if you're a non-wrestling fan trying to understand what's happened in wrestling history and how did McMahon grow the WWF, now WWE, into what it is today. That stuff was pretty interesting if you're a non-wrestling fan, but diehard wrestling fans like yourself and myself don't learn too much through it. But still, it's wrestling content on Netflix. So even though I can't stand Vince McMahon, I think he's a piece of crap. I do think it's worth your 6 hours to sit down and watch it. So.
All right. So 6 hours, 6 1-hour episodes.
Yep, give and take, maybe 50 some minutes a piece. Yeah, give and take 6 hours. I think we watched 2 episodes on Thursday, 2.5 on Thursday, and then we watched all the rest Friday. So Friday night. So
there you go.
Yep. It was pretty easy to binge. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I thought sorry.
No, go right ahead. I was on to a different topic, so
I thought the most entertaining episode was episode 5 when they get into the family dynamics. That's some of the stuff I was really interested in because that's some of the stuff I didn't know how feelings were felt backstage and everything. Still think they could have capitalized on some questions to Shane, Triple H, and Stephanie that they didn't. I really wish they would have asked some of the questions. I feel like they were kind of teed up and they didn't ask them, but maybe down the road.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't forget, if you happen to live in or around Indiana, Dynamite is coming to Fishers December 4th, and tickets are now on sale. So grab your tickets before they're gone.
Yes, now on sale. Hopefully that's a problem. Hopefully you can, we got to worry about them being gone. It'd be great to sell out. Fisher's Entertainment Center is a brand new venue opening up in November. It's not even open yet.
Yeah.
Dynamite will be the 3rd ever event held there. So really excited. Awesome that Dynamite's hitting Indiana twice in 1 year. That hasn't happened.
Oh, yeah.
Since AEW became a thing. And it's nice to keep it in the Indianapolis area, but go to a new venue and a new city instead of running it at the State Fair grounds there, which nothing wrong with that venue, but I think this one's going to be a little nicer. So
yeah, it'll be different if nothing else.
Yep. So KOP, we plan to be there. Hopefully our buddy Pluggo from Between Two Beards will be joining us. We still got to get our tickets, but we got time. We got time to get there.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we're there, and hopefully if you're from Indiana or around the Midwest and you can attend Dynamite, come say hi if you see us. We'd love to chat it up with you.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll have something KOP on related. That's normally seems to be our thing, is we wear at least one thing KOP related to the show. And I don't know, I might just bring a sign with me this year that says Kicking Out Podcast.
There we go. Bring signs back.
Know.
Bring signs back.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think they'll ever get as popular as it was during the Monday Night Wars era.
No.
But also people get mad now when you block their view. Unlike maybe they did so much back then. So, but
yeah, well, that's the joy of going to a live show. If you don't want your view blocked, I mean, you go play any of the WWE 2K games and go into the custom characters. When you get to the sign segment, there's always at least one sign that says the person behind me can't see.
Yes. Yep.
So they know what they're doing. WWE, AEW, they know that somebody's not going to be able to see behind them. But the way they hold the sign, you can look right through their arms. It's fine.
Yep.
Unless they're one of those that's just like holding it right here.
Right. Right. And hopefully in nowadays, hopefully people are respectful and aware of their surroundings and know when they can hold it, when they shouldn't, or if they do, only for a couple seconds to put it down. So,
yeah. Mr. Road Dogg behind you there, and there for a second, I thought it was a gun boy because he kind of looked like one of the gun boys there for a second.
Well, the gun boy's dad is behind us too. So,
yeah,
right there.
Maybe,
Badass Billy Gunn.
Maybe both of the guns aren't his.
I'm not going to touch that one. I'm going to leave that one be.
We're not going to start that controversy right here.
I'm not going to start. That's not how I want KOP to get in headlines. No, not at all.
Okay.
But speaking of headlines, like I said at the top of the podcast, we've had a lot AEW related headlines this week. One I want to touch on: the Young Bucks made a little stir on social media this week as they saw good old Shane McMahon himself at an airport, and decided to snap a photo and put it on their Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, their social media.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Just is a little trolling, or do you think we do see Shane in AEW? I know we've talked about this kind of ad nauseum at this point, but what's your latest thoughts and predictions there, Paul?
Well, I will say, being the guys that the Bucks are, whether you like them or not, and with it being Shane McMahon, Shane knew they were going to post it with the caption that said "interesting flight."
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not saying he is coming. I'm not saying he's not coming, but I think he'll be there sooner rather than later.
So you are saying he's coming then?
Maybe. I mean, if he's going, it's going to be
okay.
If he's going, it's going to be sooner rather than later. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
But yeah, they definitely knew what they were doing to stir the social media pot. They've done this time and time again, and they do it best as heels. And that's why I like the fact that the Bucks are heels right now.
Majin on YouTube said Shane is coming in to lead the Mox stable eventually. There's no way both TK and the Bucks have tweeted this. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
At this point, it kind of takes a surprise element away, but I guess we can also be surprised because we don't know when it's going to happen.
Exactly. And I think there was too much. I mean, we were thinking that it was going to be at Grand Slam if it was going to be anywhere.
Makes sense with the location, but
it made sense with the location, with the docuseries coming out the next day. But then again, there was day of. Okay, I thought it came out on Thursday.
Came out Wednesday. They dropped it Wednesday at midnight.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, because a lot of people are like, oh, of course they're dropping it the day of Dynamite, but WWE had nothing to do with this document.
Right. That was all other people. But
yeah, it was Bill Simmons and another guy. So
yeah, I think that's why he didn't show up at Grand Slam, because it was too obvious. I don't think it'll be this Dynamite. I think now we wait for maybe Wrestle Dream, or maybe even
a lot of people predicting that
bigger down the road. I don't know.
Well, full gear is in New Jersey.
Yeah, but you can't sit on this till All In of next year. If you're going to do it, you can't wait that long to do it. You got to do it sooner rather than later.
Right. So yeah, we will see. So other AEW talents, or no talents in the news, because Shane's a potential talent.
Yeah.
Other talents in the news, and Majin's going to be. I know he's thrilled. He hit me up on Twitter saying he was thrilled. Is his girl Saraya has re-signed. She's not going anywhere. She is going to continue to be All Elite. What are your thoughts on that, Paul?
I'm okay with this. I know Shep will say, well, in Majin, why isn't she wrestling more? I think the way they've used her is very smart, not only for her health, but then when she does wrestle, it's more of a spectacle. You want to tune in and see it because you're not seeing her every single week. And she is out there with other talent. She's always out there with Harley. when Harley has matches, and she's always doing things on the backstage stuff. So I think the way they're using her is smart, and I'm glad that she re-signed, and I hope that she continues doing it the way she is.
Majin said, I'm slightly coming around to that, Paul. I just wish it was slightly more often.
I know all Saraya fans wish it was more often, but when she does, we get a match that she gets to make the rules for, which
And it
we'll
looks
talk
like
about that table spot later. But
according to Shanra Sapp of Fightful Select, Saraya's remaining with AEW at least until September of next year. So she renewed it for a year, looks like.
Mm-hmm. So. And that's smart because, if something different comes along or she gets to the point where she can't do it, now she's not stuck in a contract. Or if she gets to the point where she just absolutely hates wrestling again, yep. She's not stuck there for 3, 4, 5 years longer. She's just got till next September.
And Sean says that her original contract did stipulate that an option year would be available, which would keep her to another year under the terms of her current contract. AEW chose not to invoke it and instead signed her to a different deal altogether. So
there you go.
Yep. So speaking of other talents with contract news, and these two individuals, we've talked about their contract status a lot the past few months, and that is the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
They are not heading to AEW anytime soon, as initially was rumored, because they're still under contract to AEW with added injury time.
Yes.
So
no Lucha Bros in WWE.
There was rumored that they inked a multi-year deal to head straight to the main roster, but that's not true because injury time has been added to Penta's deal and substantial more injury time added to Phoenix's deal.
Yeah.
So Penta's deal was reportedly up within the next 2 months, but with Phoenix's injury time, it could keep him under AEW contract for almost another year.
And that's a shame for them because they signed as the Lucha Bros. They didn't sign individually because if that was the case, Penta could go on over to WWE, start making a name for himself there, maybe have a singles run or two in the meantime, and then Ray could join him. Boom, they blow up on the scene. You put him in a match where he needs a tag partner, nobody signs, down comes Ray, that type of thing. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case here.
Majin on YouTube saying, TK, this is a very risky move you're doing here. I understand that completely. But also, what would WWE do if roles were reversed? Guarantee you they had injury time. Guarantee you they had injury time, and they're not letting a talent just go right to the opposition. So
and we've seen that where superstars have disappeared off of TV for months and months at a time, and then all of a sudden they're free agents. Well, that's because their original contract ran out and they sat their injury time at home collecting a paycheck.
And I realized Tony, when AEW began, said he would never do this. Well, sometimes business is business. You got to play hardball. And if I was Tony, I'd have the Lucha Bros come back on TV and do some jobs on the way out. Put some people over. Why not?
Yeah. Or be like, okay, I'm vindictive sometimes. I'm gonna not give us that explicit rating 20 minutes in like Shep would do, but
that's 5 times the limit Shep would do.
Yeah, he normally gets it within 2 or 3 minutes here lately. But if it's me, I'm putting him in the title picture. I'm letting him get the belts one last time, and then letting them drop it, and then job the remainder of their contract terms. Go and see. You chose to leave. You could have had a longer title run, but you chose to leave. So sorry.
I think then you're playing a dangerous game with your locker room because they know they're leaving after their contract's up, but yet you still put the titles on them. I think you're playing a dangerous game there with the rest of your talent that are being loyal and are staying. But I understand where you're coming from. And really, they kind of blew an opportunity. It looked like they and Pac were supposed to win the trios titles at All In, and that's why we got a makeshift all of a sudden BCC alliance with Peck in it to win the trios titles instead. So it'll be interesting. I mean, it obviously does sound like they still are going to be WWE bound. It's just going to be more in the future than everybody thought.
Right.
So,
right.
Some other AEW news. It looks like Mr. Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, he is healthy and cleared. He's been a frequent presence backstage lately. So, according to Fightful Select, he's officially been cleared to compete. And I don't know when we'll see him, but I'm guessing it's going to be pretty soon. He was a member of the Don Callis family before he got hurt. So
right. Which is always an interesting topic, the Don Callis family. I could go on and on about ideas with the Callis family for hours, but I won't.
And let's catch up on some comments here. Steffi's going off on Majin about something. And somebody took a shot at ECW. Looks like I did. I don't think we did. Somebody must have said something.
Yeah.
But Majin, the Lucha Bros, if you're gonna have them job, I'd use that time to finally make new teams. Do something with the guns, get them back up. Do something with Private Party and Top Flight. Yeah. Yep. They got to build up the tag division, especially with Motor City Machine Guns reportedly heading to NXT. So not AEW. So
which is where you want to go if you're going to the other company. I've watched enough of this. I'd rather go to NXT than the main roster if I'm going at this point.
Yeah, it just depends, I guess, what their goals and their goals are, I guess. Another AEW contract that I want to state, Malachi Black.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of rumors. When's his contract up? Raj Giri, the former owner of WrestlingInc.com, reported that Malachi's contract likely ends in early 2025. Though the company could add slightly more time to deal with injury time. Dave Meltzer also reassured that Black has asked for his AEW release around the time that Paul Triple H Levesque took over WWE's creative, because he did get a big push in the NXT Black and Gold brand when Triple H was ahead of things. While Meltzer's under the impression Black is on his way out, that doesn't seem to be the case for all of his stablemates. Buddy Murphy reportedly signed a new AEW contract, and though it's not clear how long the deal will last, details on the length of Brody King and Julie Hart's contracts are not really readily available. King signed with the company in early 2022, and while it's unclear when Hart signed, it was reported last year that she did sign a full-time contract with AEW despite never receiving the All Elite graphic. But it has been reported also that AEW is interested in re-signing Malachi. Of course, WWE is interested in bringing him back as well. So, I think it's between those two. I don't see him going to New Japan, TNA, MLW, anywhere else.
And I see we've got a comment here, and I was actually getting ready to get to something similar as to that exact comment. Yeah, the only reason Zelina Vega is still employed in WWE is a bargaining chip to get Black back. Honestly, I think there's no other reason. They don't do anything with her. They have her job all the time. They give her this big push and then job her right back down to the bottom of the line, get her involved in a storyline, nix that storyline, get her in another storyline, nix that storyline, put her back in the first storyline she was in. And I think it's because they don't know what to do with her, but they want to keep putting her on TV so that the higher ups can go, all right, your contract's up. We want to see you come back over here. Look what we've done with your wife. Come join us.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people made that.
And Buddy knew his wife was going to be on top no matter what. So there was no need for them to pull that with him.
Right. So, and that comment that came to YouTube from Brother Fluff Salisbury said, I'm pretty sure it's the only reason Zelina Vega is still employed by WWE. So,
yeah, which is sad because she's very talented. Just doesn't fit in with WWE.
Majin on YouTube said, but if you look at Hunter's guys, none of them are doing much though. Just because you're a Hunter guy doesn't necessarily mean you'll be on top. Yeah,
very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Look at Johnny Gargano and Ciampa right now.
DX
not doing a whole lot.
I mean DIY.
Yeah, there you go. A couple more things I wanted to hit on before we get into talking about Dynamite from this past week. Ethan Page and Sean Spears were both on Chris Van Vliet's Insight with Chris Van Vliet podcast, and they both talked about leaving AEW. Ethan Page pretty much said it was just time, and he wasn't getting the opportunities like he has with NXT. Of course, he's the current NXT champion. We'll see if that changes Tuesday night when they have their first episode on the CW when he faces Trick Williams in Chicago with CM Punk as a special guest referee. But I think he was just frustrated with how he was getting used and one make switch, and it looks like for his career he made the right move. Unfortunately, I was a big Ethan Page fan. Still like to see him do well, and I thought AEW kind of dropped the ball with him. And Sean Spears said it came down to just a personal want in terms of wanting to contribute a little bit more, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. He said he had a wonderful time in AEW. He has had and still has a great relationship with Tony Khan. He says, you're never going to hear me say anything bad about the guy. Same thing with a lot of the EVPs, talent, everything. I had a wonderful time. He explained that he got to learn a lot about himself during his time in AEW, especially as a businessman and what not to do. He also learned that one of the most important things in wrestling is to put your foot down when it comes to having faith in yourself and ability. So he was pretty positive about everything. So which most people seem to be that leave AEW. I know
except
with Cody Rhodes, it's real weird. I mean, he still doesn't talk bad about AEW really.
No.
But we all know there's still that reason out there that he won't talk about, that Tony won't talk about. We can all speculate on it for hours at end. But besides that, other talents who have left, nobody's really taken too many digs at AEW. So
no, occasional one here or there, but it's nothing like screw you, you sucked. It was the worst experience I ever had. It might be, look what I'm doing now, but
right. Majin, the best thing as far as DIY you were talking about earlier, best thing they're doing is those Twitter videos of Ciampa trying to RKO Orton. Oh yeah, those are
those.
Those are hilarious.
Those are hilarious.
And Randy's younger Randy would have never participated in something like that.
Nope.
Older Randy's liking to have fun now. So.
Oh yeah, younger Randy would have gone, no, that's my move. I'm not letting somebody else try to hit me with my
he would have been an ass about it. So.
Yeah, screw you for doing that.
Majin, you guys think Sting, aka Kevin Owens, WWE, is going to extend? So far, he hasn't. Seems like he wants to cross over when his deal is up. I'd love to see him part of AEW. I think it's very interesting with Kevin Owens because I think he's happy in WWE. He's been involved in a lot of main event segments. I mean, heck, the guy got Stone Cold to come out of retirement in WrestleMania 38, main event in one night. The following year, WrestleMania 39, main events one night with his best friend Sami Zayn, wins the tag titles. I mean, it's not like he hasn't got a great push since he signed his last deal there.
Oh yeah,
but it might be one of those cases that they've done everything they can do with him, kind of like Adam Copeland and some others we've seen cross over. So and kind of the Lucha Bros the same way. I thought AEW, they kind of did everything they could there.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too mad about them trying to cross over. So, man, I hope he comes over. It'd be awesome to see him do things with the Bucks and Adam Cole again and a little Mount Rushmore. And I feel like AEW really needs to get one of those big time free agents to cross over from WWE. Not that I'm not saying Ricochet or some others they've got recently aren't.
Right.
But like a big time name that WWE's using, like AJ Styles, for instance. Supposedly his contract comes up next year. He hadn't been seen on TV for months. Well, they just announced SmackDown. He's coming back next week. I don't know if that will happen. He is 47 years old. So,
right.
But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, well, speaking of AJ, and I swear I wasn't reading the comment before I said that. Mon said, also, where the hell are AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura? Shinsuke Nakamura, how are you not using them? Yeah, like I said, they just announced the return of AJ. Not sure why Shinsuke is not on TV, and I think a move to AEW would do wonders for him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't want anybody to come on, oh, you guys are AW homers. AW is our favorite promotion. We focus more on AW than anything else in this podcast. But there's a list of guys I can name you right now in AW and gals that would go into WWE would do them justice, probably more so.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Above all else, we focus more on AEW than we do WWE, but overall, we are wrestling fans.
Yes.
So we want what's best for wrestling.
Yeah, and best for the talent, too.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on my AEW contract.
You keep up those managerial duties in FWF, you never know.
Yeah, Rip Ryerson Jr. would do good at AEW. I'm just saying.
Steven Chambers just joining the chat. What's up, Steven? He said, believe TK making Phoenix finish out a year because of his injury. Yeah, we covered that a little bit ago. Talking about, the Lucha Bros are most likely still heading to WWE. It's just going to take a little while. And
just a little bit longer than
Tony's playing some hardball, business to business. He WWE, if they were in that position, would play hardball and not let those guys jump over. So we will see.
Yeah,
we will see. But all right, Paul. AEW Dynamite Grand Slam this week opened up with a match that fans had been waiting to see for the last 13 years. Yeah. Nigel McGuinness, an American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Even though I found it very cheesy that they hit Danielson's music, he didn't come out. Even though Nigel's already out there in full gear, full wrestling gear, and then final countdown hits, Danielson comes out.
But
good match.
You say it was cheesy, and it was, but I like the way they did it because he, oh, look, he's not coming out. Nobody's heard from him. Nobody's seen him. Nobody even knows if he's backstage. You get to 6 or 7 on the ref count, and then the music hits. You were entering the final countdown. Yeah. I thought it was kind of a nice little twist and play on words.
Okay, fair enough. Steven Chambers said match kind of started slow, but it's Nigel's pace. Yeah. I got to be honest, technical wrestling, mat wrestling isn't the style I enjoy the most. I have appreciation for it, but it isn't the style I enjoy the most. But it was still fun to see this quote unquote kind of a dream match happen again. And they kind of revisited some old spots from the rivalry in the past. If you've seen some of their ROH stuff, I don't think anybody thought Danielson was actually going to lose this match. But they got plenty of time. Nigel still looked like $1 million for being his first in-ring match. Besides that over-the-top gauntlet at All In, or not the over-top gauntlet, but the
Casino.
Thank you.
Gauntlet, Battle Royal, Double or Nothing.
So I hope this isn't the last we have seen from Nigel McGuinness. Hopefully a couple more matches, but
yeah, and
still a fun way to kick off the show.
I wouldn't be surprised if he moved to ROH and did some stuff over there with some of those guys and then worked off that ring rust and then came back over.
Yeah, like Majin said, he saw some people say that it was a bad match. He says, excuse you, Nigel hasn't worked in quite a while, but he still showed out. Steffi said she didn't see it as bad. It was just a slow burn match. Majin said to me, I enjoy the flippity dippity floppity dippity 1,000 spots a minute wrestling. That is my style. I gotta admit, I do like the high flying athleticism, but I can appreciate every style of wrestling.
And Majin, you enjoy Tanner, so you like that same style too. So get over it.
Majin's just a smart guy. He respects the reigning, defending KLP predictions champion for Paul 364 days and counting. That means tomorrow is a full calendar year, Paul.
I'll give it to you. You've done well over the last year. I'm still not acknowledging you. You are not my tribal chief. You are not. No.
I don't want to be anybody's tribal chief.
I won't do that, but you have been a good champion. You're just scared to put it on the line unless it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah. I don't think any other events are big enough.
I'd have put it on the line at Grand Slam.
Too predictable. We wouldn't have differed on the card.
Maybe we would have.
Just saying. So you got to wait for Wrestle Dream.
Maybe we would have, because I didn't have somebody debuting by himself. I had him debuting with somebody else. So
why would debuts be anything? We were just going to do matches.
Oh, because we always do those bonus points to break
Nah.
ties.
No more bonus points. All champions advantage. Go forward.
And just so we're on the same picture here, Tanner's the one who originally did the bold prediction bonus points. That was his idea because he wasn't champion. And now that he is champion, he says, screw you. We're not doing that anymore. Just so we're all clear here.
We'll see what happens at Wrestle Dream. So, Stephen Chambers said he laughed his head off at Christian at the end of the match, coming out with the contract. He's thinking about turning it in because Danielson's pretty beat up, but Kip Sabian comes from behind him and takes his pin.
Love me some Kip Sabian.
I'm not a Kip Sabian fan.
You never have been.
I just don't understand. Out of all guys on the roster, he is getting. I get his stuff with Nick Wayne, but he's the one preventing Christian from cashing in. I think you could pick 20 guys better for that role. The pin spot was funny. I'd still rather have seen him like punch him or kick him and then have the pin fall out, and he could have picked it up and ran with it instead of just kind of cheesily kind of coming and picking it out. But hey, I'm nitpicking.
How many other people on the roster also have no dad?
I do not. I don't know.
See, Kip's in that boat. Kip's in that area that Christian's normally stepping up and saying, you don't have a dad, come here, let me take care of you. Kip's not getting that. And I think that's why we're continuing to see this, is because for some reason, Kip's the black sheep of the company and not getting that, let me be your dad.
Wardlow doesn't have a dad.
Wardlow's injured or off TV or whatever
he is injured. That's why I was teeing this up. So Matt Taven was on a podcast, and I don't remember the podcast off the top of my head, and he said that Wardlow is injured with a knee injury, out with a knee injury. So that explains why we haven't seen Wardlow in months when everybody was wondering where he's been. Don't know the state of the injury. Don't know how long ago it happened. Don't know anything like that, but supposedly Wardlow is injured. So I can stop bitching. Other people can stop bitching. Where the hell's Wardlow? Tony's wasting him, even though Tony is still kind of wasting him. He's on the shelf with injuries. So when he's healthy, hopefully War Daddy is back and on a rampage.
If he can stay healthy.
Yep. So, okay, a few other comments here. Majin, I laugh when Christian was chasing him to the back and sees Pac and Claudio. They just stand there staring before he runs off again. Yes, that was very well done. Very well shot.
I like that.
I did like that. Stephen Chambers says, sign the contract backstage, G Wiz, borrow the pin from TK. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shy Town 83 on YouTube. How do you explain 21,000 attendance for the first Grand Slam and 6,600 for the past Wednesday's show?
I think the next comment explains exactly what I'm going to say. Oversaturation.
Oversaturation, high ticket prices.
Ticket prices are starting to climb for AEW.
Even though WWE's got high ticket prices too, but I know their attendance is red hot right now, and just more of a red hot product. Hey, we whoa, looky there!
Whoa!
Shep's in the house. And Shep, you really haven't missed.
Shep?
You really haven't missed that much. We've just been kind of.
Oh.
Wait a minute. You mean Paul's been talking the whole time?
Yep.
Yeah, I have. Believe it or not,
Sorry,
I have.
That was mean. I didn't mean to pick on you, Paul.
We've gotten nowhere because I've just done nothing but ramble and talk in circles.
No, we
you know what though? Actually, I can appreciate that though, Paul. I do the same thing.
We were talking a little bit about Dynamite, but we were covering a bunch of contract news and speculation, all types of things. So been all over the place. But Shep, I do want your answer here from Chi-Town 83. How do you explain 21,000 in attendance for the first Grand Slam and 6,600 for this past Wednesday's show? Because Majin and Paul said oversaturation.
I'm gonna go more prices. I think it's more money than anything.
Yeah, I think prices are high.
Let's be honest. I mean, 2 years ago, let's look at inflation. 2 years ago, and I'm just throwing random numbers out here. I'm just being a normal guy. 2 years ago, a pound of ground beef was $4.99. Now it's $7.99. Okay, So you look at something like this. It's a ticket was $40. Now it's $90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hurting people in the pocketbook. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
I really do.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I agree. I agree.
Excuse me. The only reason it makes me think this is, what did you, Paul, and me, or Tanner, Paul, and me, and Pluggo talk about this week?
The prices.
Prices in Noblesville, Indiana.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
We got a show coming up.
If you wanted the all elite gold package, it was $400.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm an AEW fan. I'm a wrestling fan, but I'm an AEW fan. But for me to pay $400 for a ticket.
Yeah, where you get nothing, but you might get like
I better be taking bumps from Darby Allin in the ring.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
I'm just saying, for me to think about, like, if I'm going to pay this kind of money for this, I better be in the ring taking. I don't want to take one of those suicide bombs that he does, but
Tope suicida.
Yeah, no,
that's it.
Like, maybe okay. You know what? It might be worth it, but I better be involved in something like that to pay $400 for a ticket.
Hey, Shep, if you want to, pay $20 for a ticket, I can have that happen for you. Maybe not Darby, but
I paid $20 a ticket to have your ass thrown in the Lake Manitou once.
Yeah, and it happened.
Speaking of ticket prices, Steven Chambers here on YouTube. Guys, see the insane ticket price for Mania. Front row ringside, $50,000 a ticket both nights, $30,000 for second and third row.
What's Vegas?
Yeah,
it's Vegas.
Yeah, but my God.
Yeah, I'm not going to Mania anytime soon.
Yeah,
unless I somehow, KOP gets really big before Mania and we get.
Hey, let's
press passes.
You know what? If you're going to have those type of prices for any type of show where we can watch it in front of our TV for $29.95, $39.95, $49.95, we're going to do it. We get spoiled, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they take advantage of that. Paul, you're in my town. Tanner, you moved out of this town because you don't like us anymore. But
true.
Our local sports are on television now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm literally a half a mile from our high school football field, right?
Yep.
But I can sit on my couch and drink a beer and watch the high school football game.
Yep.
Or I can drive a half mile, pay the $5, whatever, and sit in the stands and watch it. Right?
And then you get wet when it rains.
I'm gonna sit my fat butt at home and watch the game. So
and you can make it explicit at home. You can't in the stands.
It's
you
true.
Get kicked out.
I can cuss at the coach at home, and I can't do that. I can't do that there. But I'm just saying, and we're getting that point to these PLEs where if you don't,
they're pay-per-views.
If you don't pay a shit ton of money, why wouldn't you just, like, I know we're gonna have Royal Rumble in Indianapolis here in January.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look, guys, if they price us out of the market, we're going to sit here at home and watch the same show that we could watch from a shitty seat in Indianapolis. Yeah, we were there, but we could watch the same show, have a couple beers, and save us $200-$300.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll pay the $69.95, whatever it is. We'll pay $20 in beer, and we'll pay another $25 and have a large pizza delivered to us and be done with it, right?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, actually, February 1st, Rumble.
Thanks. You know what? Why you gotta be such a small ass, Steven? Really?
I was gonna do it if Steven didn't. So that's.
But yet, Tanner, you're the guy that says,
fucking Yankees fan.
There's the explicit 45 minutes in.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's
I was
all right.
early.
But,
really, a Yankees fan's got to just throw that shit out there. Like, Yankees fan, they spend $400 billion on their roster, and I'm trying to save us a buck or two, and he's got to make a smart-ass comment about I missed the date by a day or two. Come on. Sorry.
And
a little fired up.
Sorry.
No, Steffi, I didn't see the Rays. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Family shit. Hopefully it was
Literally.
in Kansas. Hopefully Kyle won. I haven't even checked my phone. Kyle won. Thanks. I think Kyle won. I'm gonna say Kyle won. Sorry.
But Shep, to help you out here, he corrects you and says, "Oh, actually, it's February 1st, not in January." Tanner does, not Steven. But Tanner's the one that says, "Yeah, we'll see the Lucha Bros in AEW, but it'll be a while because they have to write out their contract in AEW first."
Right.
And I let that slide when you said that, Tanner. He's going to go back and check this afterwards and see if he said that in the beginning.
You're right. I'm going to because
I swear you said there's something about them in AEW, but finishing out their contracts.
Oh,
well, actually, I think I don't mean to go against you, Paul, but I think he's right.
They're going to be in AEW after their AEW contracts?
Hold on. I guess I didn't listen to that.
I broke Shep.
No. I think there's time in AEW left because of Ray Phoenix injury clause.
Yeah, we hit on that. But he's saying I misspoke instead of saying he'll be in WWE when their AEW contracts up. Supposedly, Paul's saying I said
next comment.
AEW,
look at Majin's comment.
AEW. Well, thank you, Majin. Thank you. The champ, the winner. I screw up from time to time. I'm sorry. I got pressure of holding this title for 364 days.
Christ.
It gets heavy.
You never have it on. You're the worst champion in history. You never
back
wear
hurts
that
from
belt.
carrying this podcast.
Hey, hold on. Hey, guys, I had an out tonight. I got 2 sick kids. Finally, they went to bed, by the way. And I decided to join to hear this rambling garbage.
Shep, we did say last week you are the workhorse of this podcast.
I am.
You are.
I am.
I was going to be on last week, but I don't think you really wanted to hear this the whole show.
We would have made fun of you. I'm sorry.
Because that's how I sounded. I sounded like my dad, and you both know how he sounds when he's got no voice.
Come on.
When he's got no voice.
Be nice. I like your dad. I like your dad. I hope you do with your dad.
Tanner doesn't because he's a Guardians fan.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. That's all right.
It's better than
Poor guy's a Browns fan too. So it evens out.
You know what? I gotta say congratulations. The Broncos pulled out a victory tonight.
Ooh, did they ever? Ooh, had me about gave me a heart attack today.
I think I've been involved for about 10-15 minutes now. Have we talked anything about wrestling?
We really need to get back to Dynamite, but yeah.
Did anybody like my
yes
screen name? Whatever.
Oh, I do.
Call now.
Double J is the GOAT. Man, dude, I love that guy.
What a great if we're skipping Dynamite, whatever, I'm going right into it.
We're not, but that's okay.
Okay. The strap match with him and Hangman, perfectly done. Perfectly done. A little kiss on top, put a cherry on it, little sprinkles. You see the sprinkles, Paul? I put the sprinkles on it. What a great match.
I love how he does it to me like I'm against this match or something. I'm
sorry,
a Double J
I don't
fan.
know. I just looked at you, Paul, and I saw sprinkles, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick on Paul. Sorry, my bad.
It's a chef's kiss, is what I'm hearing from Shep.
Double J, man, 2024, not much better than Double J.
Could they like when I looked at this gimmick match, I'm like, this is gonna be bad, right? Like they couldn't do it, but everybody involved made this match awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it stole the show from Karen, from Juice, and I love Juice a lot. But from Juice and the Bang Bang Gang out there, from Lethal,
Satnam and Lethal were great.
Satnam,
he's growing on you, isn't he? He's growing on you, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm getting old. Fucking sad. Anyways, but I thought it was so well done. Like look, going into this match, I'm like, man, this is gonna be an absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. And it completely went 180 degrees and was the best match on Dynamite. Might have been the best match of the week. I'm still not there.
Modern says, I love when the Bang Bang Gang comes out. Juice is always dancing, possibly every time. Oh, it's great. You know, when the camera spins to him, he's going to be doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Juice is a legend, man.
Steve Chambers said, Juice looks like a lumberjack.
Juice looks like no, he does. Okay, I'll give lumberjack, but he really looks like the little creature guy from the honeycomb cereal.
Oh, he does. Yes, he does.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. You'll see Juice.
Yep. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Going back to Dynamite for a second.
Yes.
Oh, you guys have.
We made it through Danielson, Nigel.
Yeah, we talked about
And
Danielson.
Kid
That's all. You
know what? I don't want. You know what? I'm glad you did because I don't want to talk about that.
All right. Fair enough. We know where you stand, I think. So
yeah.
But one thing I want to talk about is I don't even want to really talk about the match because no surprise, Hook beat Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
And after the match, Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom gave him a handshake. But afterwards, Hook gets on the mic, officially retires the FTW title. It's going back home with Taz. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And Hook can go on to bigger and better things finally.
And can we talk about the fact that I said Taz is going to be the last person to hold this belt?
You did. You called that.
Because Hook's going to win it and give it to him. And everybody told me, no, that's shit. Don't do it. And he did it.
Yeah, good call, Paul. You're right.
It's the only way to get rid of the belt. It's just to have Hook give it back to his dad. And then we got to see Taz cry a little bit on TV, too.
Okay. Steffi's got to kill Majin for his comments tonight. He says, finally leave the title. That means nothing behind. I know she's waiting in the wings to say something about ECW.
She's just,
but
yeah. I mean,
I was just getting tired of an AEW. I was just getting tired of an AEW. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been tired of it if every time Hook was on TV or whoever the champ was on TV, they weren't mentioning this title isn't even recognized by AEW,
right.
Even if it wasn't on the line. I mean, like Jericho would come out with the learning tree and cut a promo, and somebody on commentary would have to go, oh, yeah, this isn't even recognized by AEW. It's not officially a title in this company. Who cares? It's defended. It's recognized. TK allows it to be defended on his programming. The New Japan US title was defended. We didn't make that comment then, so why did we have to do it for this one?
Yeah. And it always was odd to me how this was, Taz's actual belt, and they just didn't make a replica of it.
Yeah.
That was just always odd to me. But
yeah. At least they were able to get that learning tree sticker off of it.
Yes. But I am going to impromptu do a quiz with you guys.
Oh, God.
A quiz? Really?
Not one of the ones we're bringing up on the screen or anything. We're not taking that much time. But between both of you, can you name all in order? Can you name the FTW champions in AEW?
In order?
In order?
Now is this going back?
Okay, how about just in general?
Is this going back to the ECW days?
No, we'll just
in AEW.
Just AEW.
Oh. So starting with Starks was the first one.
He was the second one.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Hobbs never had it.
Cage.
Brian Cage was the first one. Shep's boy, Brian Cage.
Hobbs never had it.
Nope, Taz gave it to Brian Cage at Fyter Fest, July 2nd, 2020.
He fought Starks for it, but couldn't beat Starks to win the title.
Starks then won it a year later, Fyter Fest, July 14th, 2021. Literally lost it a year later, July 27th, 2022, to
Hook,
who lost it July 19th, 2023. See, there was year title reigns here.
Yeah.
Who did Hook lose it to at Blood and Guts in 2023?
Jericho?
No.
No. CM Punk?
No.
Close.
No.
Warlord?
Jack Perry.
Jack Perry, who then lost it at All In last year to
Hook.
Who then lost it at Dynasty back in April to
Jericho.
Who then lost it to who at All In this year?
Hook.
There we go. So Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Hook twice, Hook 3 times, Jack Perry, and Jericho. 3 FTW champions in AEW. So, there we go.
A fake title that didn't mean shit.
Yet had some of the longest title reigns out of anybody in the company.
Hell, I at this point, I would say the KOP title means a little bit more than that.
Oh,
it does.
Champ's not arguing.
It's almost as important as the KOP predictions. People's champion.
Hey, my God.
Hey, Paul. The champ actually has not won every single PLE we've done.
No, he's used
this tie bullshit that makes nothing.
Champions. Okay, yeah. Shep, do you remember when Tanner was the one who said, let's start doing bold predictions on here for like 5 extra points? Do you remember that?
Shep.
Absolutely. We did it. We did it.
He said no more of these. Going forward, if it's a tie, the champ retains.
Yeah, well.
I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not losing it. So.
Hey, wait, hold on, Paul. We're going to combine these two things together. You're going to realize why he does that shit. When you're a Broncos fan and a Yankees fan, and you combine this stuff together, you're like, he's a chicken shit. He's just a big old chicken shit. Like, come on, what are you gonna do? It's okay. It's all right. Hey, we'll make him feel good about himself. He's gonna lose it at Wrestle Dream, so fine.
You guys got jokes. Majin said the champ has been champion for basically a full year already. Get good, scrubs. Thank you, Majin. Thank you.
Hey, Majin, go make me some maple syrup. Okay, I want some homemade maple syrup. Ship me that shit, okay?
Paul, your title's cute over your shoulder there.
Then you can talk about like some shit, whatever. That title was behind my shoulder for a while there, Paul.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Over my life.
I will defend this title any place, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't have to be a pay-per-view. I'll do it on a Dynamite. I'll do it on a Collision. I'll do it on a Rampage.
Oh boy.
I'll defend it at Bad Blood. I'm even that good. I will defend it at
Bad Blood. What the fuck? Bad Blood is not an AEW.
I know it's not AEW. I'm just
You're going WWE shit, huh?
I will defend this. I said anytime, anywhere.
I love Tanner's response right now. This is fun.
I am not hearing anything because that title is the FTW version of a KOP. Like that's just right. It's nothing. And we don't acknowledge it. It was like it was. I mean, Paul handed it to himself because Paul's like, I can't win the title that matters, so I got to create a title for myself. I got to feel like a champion.
Oh my god!
I got to feel like a champion.
I think, look, Tanner. Oh man. Oh.
This is the Intercontinental title. All right, this is the All Atlantic title.
Okay, Dolph Ziggler. Was Dolph Ziggler did I hear Dolph Ziggler in there?
This title is just as important, if not more important, than the Predictions Champion.
Okay.
Shep, you get to give it a name. I called it the People's Championship, but hey, I will defend this title anywhere and everywhere. So, Shep, if you want to give it a name.
Oh. You're putting me on the spot. I think I can come up with a good name.
You don't have to do it now. I mean, we can post pictures that says going forward. This is this title.
Okay. All right. Give me 20, 30 minutes, sir. I got an idea.
Yeah,
I got an
no
idea.
problem. No problem.
Maybe.
God.
Maybe. Oh, it's gonna be good. Go ahead, Tanner. We're gonna talk about Ospreay and Ricochet. Come on, Chi-Town 83. You FIP. You're a FIP. All right, sorry.
You don't even know the guy and you're throwing comments out there. Jeez, ow.
I mean,
okay? So
Chi-Town 83 is from Chicago, right?
Don't know that. Just because his name's Chi-Town 83, you don't know that.
Maybe he was born in Chicago and moved out right away. Maybe he went to school.
Maybe he likes
in
their
Chicago.
sports teams and just called Chi-Town. Maybe Chicago's
Chi-Town 83. Chi-Town 83. Where you?
Hey, Chi-Town 83. Shep's an asshole. Okay, so he doesn't speak for all of us.
Yeah. Just so we're all
sorry,
on the same page
I got a
here.
little excited.
Tanner is the face, Shep is the heel, and I'm the tweener.
He says, "Yep." So there you go.
I love Chicago.
Yep.
Great city.
Shep's views he doesn't speak for all of us.
I said great. I love the great city.
Well, and then Majin's posting comments about Chicago. I'm gonna let Majin's getting heat all over YouTube tonight. So
as long as Chicago Northsiders, Chicago Cubs fans, we're in it together, brother. I love you. Bears.
You can't say anything about the Southsiders. They're the worst team in baseball history. So,
they lost 142 games, 27 games.
He's born in California, or born in Chicago, lives in California. Okay,
all right.
So you're not a Chambers comment.
Hey, Chi-Town 83. You're not a FIP anymore, man. I appreciate it.
I don't even know where to go with any of this.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Ricochet Ospreay. Let's go.
But before Ricochet Ospreay, Ricochet was in the tag match.
Throwing a temper tantrum on the ground behind you. Looks like Tanner when he has to defend his title.
I defend titles at the big events that deserve for it to be defended at. You need to step up your game and bring it at Wrestle Dream. Bring it at Wrestle Dream. Bring out no, the pay-per-views.
I'll defend it title Tuesday.
You gonna defend what? That Jackalope title? That's what should be called, the Jackalope title.
You stole that from me. I'm the one that started with Jackalopes.
You are.
I appreciate you stealing it from me, though.
It's because he can't come up with his own burn, so he's got to steal other people's.
You can't win a title, so you have to come up with your own. So, okay.
Just take it after the Browns, okay?
That's something to be proud of.
I mean, I'm a Browns fan. I'm not expected to win titles.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what they say about people with their bowel movements, right? Every time they go to the bathroom, they do something that no Browns quarterback's ever been able to do. Take the Browns to the
Super Bowl. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I've used that one. I'm a Browns fan, and I've used that one. Come on. You can't hurt me.
I want to talk about the best tag match of the year. Best tag match of the year the AEW's put on. The Bucks against
FTR
Ospreay.
wasn't even in it. Sorry, Shep.
In my opinion, this was the tag team match of the year to date.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Of the year of Dynamite.
I don't disagree with you. It was good. I don't know the best of the year, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the Bucks, they get a lot of criticism from the IWC, some deservingly so, maybe some not so much.
They should.
But they stepped up their game Wednesday night. They brought it. Ospreay always brings it. Kyle Fletcher's a future star.
Oh, yeah.
Of this company. And, they tied in Callis, the screwdriver, everything. And so it looks like Ospreay Fletcher, we might be getting a little feud between them coming up soon.
And I love coming out.
There's so many fun spots in this match. Yeah.
Came out
so many fun spots.
Tag team name up on the screen and everything. It was fantastic. It's a nice little tease. Like, if they're using that, they're winning this.
Yeah, Stephen Chambers just wondering when Mark Davis is coming back. Yeah.
Me too.
I don't know his injury status.
He's ready. But I feel like they don't have any creative for him because Fletcher is not a tag team anymore. So it's going to be hard for him. Excuse me. They almost maybe need to rebrand him because Fletcher has moved on and been successful.
Right.
And Fletcher's ready to be a single star. Let's be honest.
I don't know if Davis is, though.
ready.
That's the problem. So you got to pair him with somebody.
We haven't seen him enough.
Right.
You know, we started seeing him in Forbidden Door. We saw him a couple times after that, and then he got hurt. And it's like, I think the guy's he's a bruiser, man. And I think he'll be good, but Fletcher's kind of moved on, and where are you going to put him now? So,
yeah. Hitting on a few other comments before I revisit Chi-Town 83's comment about Ricochet and Ospreay. Majin said the guy whose own son clocked him with a baseball bat trying to go shot for shot. You're kidding, right? Then he says, "Hey, Paul, maybe work off that concussion he gave you by taking shots on smaller fries first. Steffi is an easy target if you need."
Hey, I like Steffi. She tries to keep Majin in check, and I like her opinion. She's an ECW fan, and I'm a big ECW fan. So, I'll be okay with Steffi. I'm not going to take shots at her. And just so we're on the same page, I told him to do it.
Wow, Mark, I don't know if you could.
No, Davis is not the Jannetty.
Well, no, I understand where he's saying.
I get where he's coming from.
I know where he's coming from. I know where he's coming from.
He can't do of that tag team. He can't do singles work like Fletcher can. I get it. He's never going to be the same star that Fletcher is, and in that sense,
he doesn't have the charisma either.
No,
that we know of, but we haven't seen much of. So.
Right, pair him with Wardlow. Let those two go on a tear together.
Yeah, Shep, Wardlow is out with a knee injury. Did you see that? Matt Taven said on a podcast that Wardlow has a knee injury.
Tricky knee injury.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Sometimes it's injured, sometimes it's not. It depends on what we're talking about.
That's like you coming home from spring break and saying, "Hey, baby, I got tricky crabs." What the fuck does that mean?
It means they do tricks.
I mean, that was high school, college, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Not today. We're way too old for that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Chambers with a Sunday night football score update. Appreciate that. Ravens beating the Bills 14-3, and the Ravens are moving the ball.
Hey.
I got it on back here.
I'm okay. We can't see it. It's whited out, basically.
It is. Yeah. It is. I have the shittiest camera, like maybe a $24 camera is what you guys are looking at. This lovely face of mine. So, you're welcome.
You should just use the camera that came with your laptop like I do.
That is the camera I'm using.
Oh.
That's how shitty it is.
Oops.
Thanks, Paul.
Computers.
Thanks, Paul.
For everybody listening on the audio version, go check out our video version on our YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe, hit that like button and notification bell.
Hit that notification bell.
It takes like 3 seconds.
And you'll see that I have a much better camera than Shep does, and I'm just using my laptop. You should buy a better laptop. I got a Dell.
And you can check out Paul's Jackalopes title.
Mine's an HP. Sorry.
Oh, there's your problem.
Yeah, that's my problem.
HP, that's 2 initials. Let's talk about a guy with 3 initials who is now all elite. Made his debut. Surprise. Nobody really saw it coming. Mr. MVP showing up and cutting off Prince Nana on Wednesday night. And if you look closely to his business card, did you guys see the report, what his business card says if you look closely to it?
I did not.
Shep?
No.
Did it say Hurt Syndicate?
It said Hurt Syndicate on it. If you zoom in. So you got to think he's not coming alone. You got to think maybe Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are coming too.
Well, I think more Bobby than anything. Bobby had a segment on his social media, was it last week or a week ago, where he pulled up in a sports car and wanted to make this big announcement. and it was kind of a hoax. So I think Bobby's next. So I don't know about Shelton though. And the reason I say this, do we have room for Bobby and Shelton?
Yes.
Oh, I think you do. Because I thought her business was really good in WWE, and then they.
I don't disagree with the Hurt business, but where do you put him in AEW? Where do we have room?
Have them run through the roster. I mean, literally, you could make them a tag team and dominate the tag team division. You could put singles titles on both of them and still not have to put the main title on either one of them.
I like your first comment better for the team. Don't put single titles on them. But if you're gonna do the tag team thing, they got to start on Rampage, work their way to Collision, then Collision to Dynamite, right? I mean that's the stair step, right?
Sure.
Am I wrong?
You'd think, but it's the Hurt Syndicate.
Chi-Town 83 says they will be on Rampage within 30 days.
Thank you.
That's one thing I do got to say AEW's got to do better of is like they get the initial pop for a week or two, and then a lot of their new signings got to drift off. Like they need to make more of an impact and a lasting impact.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, our buddy Pluggo from Between Two Beards is in the chat. He said, "What's up, Legends and Moneybags Paul?"
See, I get single named there because people love me.
I'm a legend. I'll take it.
I'm still trying to figure out why I'm Moneybags.
You guys are both something. You guys are both something. That's all I'm saying. So
I'm trying to figure out. Pluggo, can you please explain how I'm Moneybags? I probably have the least
from
amount
our group
of money
message.
Of the four of us.
Our group message.
Oh, I know, but I'm still trying to figure it out because I have the least amount of money out of the four of us by a long shot. Guaranteed.
With the Hurt Syndicate, let's go back. Majin says on YouTube, do you think Swerve joins up with them down the line as the potential leader? I hope not. I want to see him feud with them. And I want, as crazy as this sounds, I want Bobby Lashley's debut match to be against Swerve at a pay-per-view and have him go Lesnar against Cena. Squash him.
Okay.
Absolutely squash him. Run rampant over all the roster. And then put Swerve on the shelf for a little bit longer. Swerve comes back and gets that victory.
No.
Like they tried to do with the almighty Bobby Lashley in WWE, but it failed miserably because he ran rampant through like 10 people. And then they said, oh, by the way, now you're going to lose to this guy who you should never, ever, ever lose to.
No.
And then you're just going to lose.
You can't have Bobby Lashley come in and squash your biggest star. He's the biggest star we got right now. You can't have him do that. And
makes him look like a monster.
You're gonna say, well, Bryan Danielson's our star. Yeah, he's our world champion.
Doesn't mean he's the star of the company.
What Swerve Strickland has done over the last 6 months, let's go 8 months. He has been maybe the best professional wrestler in the game. And I love everything he's done. So to have a guy jump ship, okay? We're going to jump from WWE to AEW. To have a guy jump ship, come in and smash this guy? No. I think it hurt. I don't think he can recover from it. I don't think he ever can.
I think he can.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Shep. I'm giving you the pencil. How are you handling Bobby Lashley's debut in AEW?
Let's hear this.
While Pluggo is drinking that cherry bubbly, Shep.
I like it. So good, bud. I got one right here. If he comes in under MVP, which I figured he would, a guy he's got to beat, I know we're talking about the tricky knee, but he's got to go in and beat a guy like Warlord, Big Bill, Satnam Singh. Put him up against a giant, right? Make him look like a giant. Powerhouse Hobbs, which I don't know where the hell that guy's at nowadays, but
we just talked. He's back. He's cleared, ready for creative. So we talked about that earlier.
If you're
going
to bring
Lance Archer,
yeah, Lance Archer, which
Stephen Chambers says kill switch.
I like it. Yeah. Make him come up and dominate a giant. That's the only way you can bring him in. So
Stephen Chambers says, imagine Lashley, Swerve, and Hobbs together. That'd be a pretty powerful faction.
Yeah, I like it. But you know what though? Swerve is so good. I don't think he needs Lashley and Hobbs. He doesn't need them.
Yeah.
He's got Nana. Well, all we need is Nana.
Yep.
You like that? You like that?
One
of the few times I've done that for you. I think that's all Swerve needs. Swerve is a main event guy, and he does not need big old obnoxious muscle behind him. So
yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting though. I didn't see it coming Wednesday night, but I liked it.
So do we create a super heavyweight division for these big guys? I'm not saying put a title on them. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we got too many titles. We already got too many titles.
Yeah, I know. But
you're talking about like a meat division, big men slapping meat.
Yeah.
There's enough of them but
so that we can see those things more regularly, like Archer, Lashley, Killswitch, Lashley, Brody King, and Lashley. There's always big meaty guys taking on these little guys, and I think if we put them all in their own division, then we can get more of these matches. Shep, go ahead. You've got some comment. I know.
I just
the way I said big meaty men.
Yeah.
Like you and I, Shep, we're big and meaty.
You just kept saying big meaty, man. All right,
Shep's the oldest one here.
It was either that or super heavyweight, and you didn't seem to like super heavyweight. So
I'm an immature human, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sure, Paul. Whatever you say.
I got to go back to Chi-Town 83's question earlier because I didn't really address it, and I said I was going to. So we're getting Ospreay Ricochet next week for the 5th year anniversary of the Dynamite show. Too soon? Not enough build up? What do you guys think?
Well,
yes and no. We'll go ahead, Shep.
Yes, it's too soon. And the only reason I say it's too soon is because they faced 7 times on the Indies, I think is what I saw.
Mm-hmm. I believe you're right.
And I don't know the record, what happened in the Indies, but this is a feud where I think you could drawn it out, had very, very many good Collision, Dynamite episodes, whatever it is, going into a pay-per-view. And then you're going to say, wait a minute, we just had Danielson and McGuinness, but I think we rushed that because Danielson's on borrowed time. So we talked about that, like borrowed time, get it out of there. But these two guys, in Ospreay and Ricochet, are not on borrowed time. So I think we should draw it out a little bit. We should have some history. Let's make Ricochet talk a little bit. I feel like WWE avoided his mic skills.
Mm-hmm.
So let's push him a little bit. Let's put him on the mic. Let's get him in the ring. Let's talk. But yeah, they should draw it out a little bit.
Steven Chambers is predicting a time limit draw with a rematch happening at Wrestle Dream. In Chi-Town 83 said this match should be taking place in Texas next year. He's referring to All In.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I say yes and no, because I'm good with like a time limit draw. That'd be fine. But either way, I don't want this to be a one-off match. All right, let's say Ricochet picks up the victory. And then I want Ospreay to say, I know, very unlikely, but then Ospreay say, whoa, I want a rematch. And then we do it at Wrestle Dream. And then the loser of that says, hey, that wasn't how I expected this. Let's do it again down the road. Let's get a 3 or 4, 5 series of matches out of these guys and start it Wednesday night.
Chi-Town. I think Ricochet was a bad promo in WWE because he didn't have the opportunity. He didn't have the chance.
Mm-hmm. They didn't script him for good stuff.
Right. Okay. And I'm not saying the AEW is scripted because I feel like we're the farthest thing from scripted, but give him a shot. Give him a little bit of a leash to go out there and cut a promo and let him work with Ospreay, which Ospreay is really good on the mic. I really enjoy him. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if you put 2 guys in a segment and one guy's better than the other, I think that the guy that's better will make the other guy better. It'll draw him to it. So I agree with you. He's a bad promo, but let's give him a shot. We haven't given him a shot yet. So
apart from that little segment he had with Ospreay, which was good.
He had that backstage segment with Renee, and which I like Renee. She does a damn good job. Mm-hmm. But it was only like 30, 45 seconds. So yeah. Give him more. Give him more opportunity. Put him in there. Trial by fire, right? Put him in the ring with the mic with nobody around him. Let him go.
Lodgen said their blow-off match should be 3 stages of hell style. First match, regular. Singles match, second match can escalate some. Final match be a ladder match or something.
Yeah. I just don't want just one match out of these 2. Like
I don't. Yeah, but it looks like Ospreay Fletcher is going to be Ospreay's next feud. So
it is.
And that's the nice thing about this. You can feud with more than one person. I mean, that's one thing that gets overlooked. It's like you can only feud with one person at a time nowadays. Whereas, back in the day, you could be feuding with X-Pac and you could be feuding with Test and you could be feuding with Kevin Nash all at the same time.
Holy shit. I never thought, hey.
That was the weirdest list I've ever heard, but I love it.
Yes. But that's my point. You could just feud with multiple people back in the day. And now it's like you can't do that because I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, I'm sure. But today's generation is just so focused on one thing at a time that, we can't keep your attention for more than 30 seconds, hence TikTok. And so it's hard to get a multi-person feud.
So hold on. I never thought when I signed up for this lovely, lovely podcast with you two,
that I would be the one to try to get us canceled.
No, that would be me. But I never thought we would compare X-Pac, Test, and who?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
3 different companies. 3 different damn companies in the 90s for one.
Like, I never thought I would have to think on my feet when Paul made a comment like, holy shit, how am I going to wrap this into the actual conversation?
No,
but I love it because I actually, I love it, Paul.
But it wasn't just 3 different companies because X-Pac was in the WWF.
X-Pac was in all of them. All of them.
So was Test, and so was Nash.
X-Pac wasn't an ECW guy, was he?
No, but X-Pac was in the what's the MTV? When MTV
Deathmatch, Celebrity Deathmatch.
No, MTV tried to get in the wrestling business, and X-Pac was in there. And was it X? It's not XPW because that was that crazy fucking porn star guy. Shit, I'm gonna Google this. MTV tried to get in the wrestling business after the Attitude Era.
This is news to me. I did not know that. So.
I didn't either. That's why I went Celebrity Deathmatch.
Stephen Chambers,
which was fantastic.
Guys, think of
Wrestling Variety X is what it was.
I don't recall that at all.
Yeah,
they had 3 seasons.
Stephen Chambers just popped off with Wrestling Society X.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I'm not the only crazy son of a buck.
Or maybe Stephen just Googled it, since he's probably faster at Googling.
He also wants our thoughts on MJF being in Happy Gilmore 2.
He's
starring as one of Happy's sons.
He's in Happy. I love Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
man,
MJF's gonna be in Happy Gilmore 2.
I was so hoping he'd be Shooter's kid. He'd be perfect to be Shooter's kid.
Shooter's such an asshole.
That's the point.
You guys
want to imagine MJF is Shooter's son? Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Tanner, you live in Fort Wayne, Indiana right now, right?
Yes.
Dox him, damn.
If
what's your address? What street do you live on? What car do you drive? We're sending everybody.
Hold on. If you remember Happy Gilmore, what was the steakhouse the old crazy guy wanted to take you to? The Sizzler, right?
Yes.
The last Sizzler I know of personally was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, across from the Red Lobster over by Coliseum. Is it still there? Which is
funny because no, it's not. But he talks about the Red Lobster too. The guy does in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. The Sizzler and Red Lobster right there. I never ate at a Sizzler, but I always remember seeing it as a kid.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Chi-Town 83. Sean Waltman has been on the coattails of Hall, Nash, HBK, and Triple H's whole career.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, he was a little bit of a loose cannon, wasn't he?
A little bit. Never mind. No, screw it. I've seen cokeheads on a straighter path than Waltman was. That dude was all over the place. I'm sorry. I mean,
it's fine. I mean, he had a sex tape with China, right?
Yeah. And then people liked him again.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he was, let's see, he's been what? 1, 2, 3 Kid, X-Pac, 6-Pack, X-Pack,
He showed up. He showed up in GCW when they had their big show at the. Oh gosh, can't think of the.
That place up there.
Hammerstein Ballroom?
Hammerstein. He showed up. He had a match at Hammerstein Ballroom, him and Joey Janela. Or he turned on Joey Janela or something like that. But he hurt himself doing it. He pulled a hamstring. He pulled a quad. He tore his uterus. I don't know what it was. And we haven't seen him since. So.
I think
the Lightning Kid in GWF in Texas.
I think Waltman has had more personalities than Mick Foley.
Hey, he's behind me.
I know. That's why I did that. It was a perfect fit in. Tie-in. That's the word.
Now it's Dwayne.
So look at Majin. I've read a lot of stuff on JBL. JBL showed up in a bunch of independents. He showed up MLW, GCW. He made a comment like
Impact.
Mm-hmm.
He does not want his legacy to be remembered about how he finished in WWE. I don't remember how he finished in WWE. Do you guys?
He got retired by Rey Mysterio in like a minute at Mania. And then he was on commentary after that.
Yeah. It wasn't a glorious go out for him, which is what he wanted. But he was one of those that stuck to his word and never wrestled again in a WWE ring because Ray retired him.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Showing up in GCW, MLW, AAA was a big one, I feel like.
We've lost Tanner.
Sorry, the Brothers of Destruction had my attention. I'm getting lost in the Attitude Era back here. This wasn't good for me to put on.
That's the governor of Knox County, baby.
Yes.
Whose house is for sale? You can buy his house.
Never mind.
The one on the
a whole nother subject. Anyways, if JBL thinks he's got another run in him, I don't know if we could.
He looks in better shape than he did.
Yeah, but let him stay doing those independent stuff. I don't know if we want to win AEW. Is that just me?
Like Cardona, do a one-off.
I don't. I'm good without him showing up.
Yeah, I think Cardona's done very well for himself, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I think he's heading back to WWE soon.
Hey, his coach says Zack Ryder is dead, so
Cardona will end up in WWE in the next 2 to 3 years.
Oh, yeah. He even talked about it on a podcast where somebody asked him about it, and he says, you know, it's been up in the air. Mm-hmm. I'd be okay with it, but how do I go back?
He'll finish it.
He does not want to do Ryder ever again.
Hey, so switching subjects back. I can't talk to Dynamite. What do you guys think of the main event? Number one contenders match: Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley.
Oh, banger!
I didn't like it.
You don't like the flippy floppy Darby Allin style? So.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I didn't like the storytelling. Okay. I don't like Darby Allin being stripped of this opportunity because of this match, which makes me feel that Wrestle Dream will be the last time we see Bryan Danielson.
Yep, that's
for his full-time career.
Yeah, yes. Fine. You know, he's going to take 6 months off, show up, whatever. Yeah. You guys are going to laugh at me at this. I think at this moment, this spot we're going to have a mega spot at Wrestle Dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jon Moxley does not need this spot. Darby Allin needs a spot.
Who's been saying that for like a month on this podcast?
Shut up, Tanner.
Nobody cares about you, Tanner.
And I get mixed up every time I read up.
You know me. I hate the little guy, right?
Oh, I know.
But I feel like in this situation, it works, man. Danielson's not a big dude. But could you imagine what kind of match Darby would do at Wrestle Dream, knowing that he's going to put the title's going to be put on him? There's going to be some crazy ass shit, right?
But do you want the title on Darby? Because you've gone on record saying you don't think Darby is the type of guy to hold that title.
No, I don't like the little guy. The little guy versus big guy. This one, I don't think Danielson's not a monster, right?
No.
He's 5'10", 205 pounds. Now Darby's 5'7" and nothing, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Darby and Bryan. Now we're going to have Mox, and nothing against Mox. I love Mox. I just think it goes a little bit farther with the company if you make this change in Darby. Because we're going to get a change, right?
Okay.
I almost think it's too telegraphed to pull the trigger at Wrestle Dream.
You think he's going to go longer?
Because it's Seattle. Or it's Washington.
Yeah.
Washington.
I almost think it's too telegraphed.
Okay.
But, okay.
Hold on. Before you get there, Paul. If it's too telegraphed, there's only one other spot he can drop this title. And it has nothing to do with AEW. You know where that spot's at?
You were going to say Wrestle Kingdom, but you got to remember they're doing a Wrestle Dynasty the next night. That all 4 companies are involved.
Okay, that's bullshit. We move on from it. You're talking big events. You're talking marquee events. If he wins at Wrestle Dream, he goes to Wrestle Kingdom January 4th, 5th, whatever it is. Right? I can see an AEW transfer there because you talk about the second stage of WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania is here, Wrestle Kingdom right there.
I don't know if it's that big anymore, Shep.
Really?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't.
just me?
In my opinion, it's not as big as it used to be.
It's the fucking Tokyo Dome.
Oh, I know.
It is, but
they put 50,000 people in there.
But
I think to the whole pro wrestling landscape, I think All In's the second biggest show if we're saying company by company.
Yeah. But all right. I'm going to take it to Wrestle Dream with Mox. All right. So nobody thinks Mox deserves this. I don't think Mox deserves this. I don't want Mox champion again. But I am okay with Mox.
Time.
Yeah. I am okay with Mox being champion only if we reveal who's actually calling the shots in the group after he wins, and that be Shane.
Because he keeps saying it's a bigger picture, bigger things. You don't know what's coming. So there's something bigger at play.
And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about not being able to keep the attention for a long time. If you run much past Wrestle Dream, people aren't going to care about, okay, what's the big picture here, Mox? You still haven't told us. Why should I care anymore? This has been going on for 2 months.
Steven Chambers is inside my head tonight because that's what I was going to say. He said they're going to reveal it at World's End. I think you're right. I think World's End could be where Danielson loses the title because remember World's End last year. It's where MJF lost the title to Joe and we got the reveal of Adam Cole. It feels like Tony wants to wrap up the end of the year every year going into the next year with a big event that's been lingering. Maybe that's what the theme of World's End is going to be almost every year.
Okay. What bigger stage? And you guys are going to tell me I'm nuts. What bigger stage would it be for Bryan Danielson to lose the AEW title at Wrestle Kingdom with a debuting Shane McMahon at Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome in front of 70,000 people?
You don't do that in New Japan, though.
AEW
you don't do that. You don't
That's
do that
problem.
in New Japan.
Why?
If you're going to do
not?
The excitement.
they're going to do it. They're going to do it the next night, Shep, when it's still in Tokyo Dome, but it's all the companies together running an event.
Yeah,
that's when they do it.
Okay.
They're not going to do something crazy
enough.
like that in New Japan only.
right.
But if you do that, you leave it open for Shane to debut and work for any company he wants to, whether it's New Japan, AEW, MLW, AAA, GCW. He can do whatever he wants. He's a free agent.
But
And
if
he can take his group, his conglomeration. He can take it wherever he wants.
Oh, are we going to call it that?
I just like that name. Sorry.
The Shane Street Posse.
No.
Wow.
No.
That sounds like shit.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, he's going to call it Shane Running Shit. Shorten it to SRS.
Sean Ross Sapp would love that.
Yeah, that's my point. See how fast they can get canned for using it. No, but I don't know. New Japan just doesn't, because if he shows up even at all 4 shows, people are going to know he's going to AEW if he costs Danielson a title.
You know what I love about AEW right now, though? We're talking about this title match. You could give me 4 or 5 guys that I could believe that would take the title off Danielson. They can go so many different directions. That's what I'm loving about it.
Yeah.
Like Tony always does a good job when the big title changes hands. Some of the other ones we could debate. When it comes to the big title, he's always got a plan. It's always pretty intriguing.
And what's funny is the last few TNT champions, Tanner was like, and then they've grown on him.
Yes, you're right. You're right. He's done a good job with the TNT Championship, the AEW World Championship. Don't get me started on some of the others, though. Just so. And yeah, Steven Chambers said, don't forget, Christian has a contract. I keep forgetting that.
I don't think, because you can't have him lose it. He can't be the first person to have this contract and then be the first person to lose.
Yes, he can. because I think the contract's there. I think the contract's there for a kill switch turn. That's the only reason the contract's there, because they've been planting those seeds for a long time.
Like, I can't.
But he's not going to go
know
from
how
one
you
heel
feel
group
about
to another.
Dino Do, Shep. But I think kill switch goes to Luchasaurus, becomes a face by turning on Christian and costing him the title. There you go.
But then you can't do it with Mox involved, because then that would take, if that's
I agree.
case,
they're not going to do a heel versus heel.
Then you couldn't have Mox reveal that Shane's running his group after winning the title if Christian's going to turn around and cash in, unless he's going to lose. But then it's going to take away from the field because Shane just debuted.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't stack that on top of each other, I wouldn't think.
Exactly. So I think Mox will win it, and it'll be Mox's first defense. Christian will cash in, and then the change will happen.
Mom just said Darby's the only one I can't believe taking it off of him. Well, they kind of planted seeds, though, with him getting that ass whooping the other night. That a big win down the line's coming, because Mox pretty much been telling Darby, you're not ready. You're not ready. Well, he's got to be ready someday and take it off, or whoever.
And that's why I think let's let Mox win it. Darby continues to get better. Then we get Mox and Darby, and boom, Darby takes it off Mox.
So what do you mean?
Told you I could do it.
Hold on. What do you mean Darby getting better?
Darby's getting better and better in the ring.
I've never had a problem with him in the ring.
No,
what's he lacking?
But
what's he lacking?
No. I'm saying his moves are expanding. If you look at Darby 5 years ago when AEW started, and you look at the Darby we have now, they are two different individuals, because he has continued to grow, character development, adding moves in here and there. That's just my take on it.
Okay.
And like Majin says, he's lacking muscle.
He's a buck fucking 75, for crying out loud. He's not big.
Paul, you're not getting any love with the getting better comments here on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, the dude's phenomenal. The dude's been phenomenal since day one. He's just continuing to add to his arsenal.
That's fair.
I mean, when we looked at him in the very beginning, he had like 3 or 4 high-flying moves and a coffin drop.
Yep.
He does more now to win matches than just hit a coffin drop.
All right, Paul. Who's your wrestler of the week? Let's move on.
We can skip the other two completely.
I see that Shep's eyes are getting heavy over here. So
I'm just like, good Lord.
Shep's eyes are getting heavy, and I got to be honest, I only saw highlights of Collision. So I guess my quick takeaways: the lumberjack strap match was fun. Sammy and Okada put on a banger of a match from the highlights I saw. I really like what they were doing with Sammy since his return, to be honest. And I like how they didn't have him go over. I thought that kind of swerved me. I thought they might have him go over and lose to Okada. And then I know, Paul, you said Anna Jay returned.
Yep.
So, and Jamie Hayter beat Saraya.
Yeah.
So,
poor Harley hitting that table.
Wrestler of the week. Yeah.
Saraya just signed a year-long extension.
Yep. We talked about that in the beginning too, Shep.
Yep.
Welcome to the show.
Okay.
No, you're all good.
I'm here.
We touched a bunch of contract stuff at the beginning.
That's what took us so long to get to the first match of Dynamite.
Yep, just a lot of news. So
hold on. I'll ask you guys: Is she worth an extension?
I never really weighed in, but Paul said yes.
Yeah,
I think she is for a year. Give her another year. See what happens.
I think her in-ring work has sucked in AEW, and I'm being completely honest.
There you go, Majin. You can attack him.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. I wasn't going to say she does have a lot of ring rust. She does.
Okay, she don't get enough. She don't get enough reps. Then
exactly.
Chi-Town says nope.
Yeah,
exactly. Look, I rather have, and Majin will probably be happy that I said this for once. He'll like something I said. I rather have Saraya in the same capacity that she is right now for another year, then have Mercedes Moné for another week.
Oh my God. Get out of here, Paul.
I almost got him to say, fuck.
Leave.
Well, here's the thing. I think Saraya could be way better than Mercedes if she got the reps that Mercedes got. Right?
I kicked Paul's ass out.
Did you really kick him out? Oh, wow. I don't think she gets the reps she needs.
I was just getting ready to call you an asshole.
Oh, wow. I don't think she gets the reps she needs. So, yeah, I think she, at one point in time, she was a way better performer than Mercedes, but, with her injuries.
Mercedes still isn't a good performer.
Yeah, no, she's not, but it's okay.
She's not.
You gonna kick him out now?
She's not built up to the hype, but you guys are delusional if you don't think she's talented.
Who, Mercedes or Saraya?
Yeah, and she's Mercedes.
Hold on. Mercedes?
Yes.
Oh, well, I think she could be a banger. Some of the matches
I'm sure some of the guys think she is.
Yeah, hey, she's all into AEW. She said this week she's not going back to WWE. So
some of the matches she had, one of the best matches she had was Charlotte Flair. Remember that hardcore match or arena match or whatever they had? I thought was awesome. One of the best women's matches I've ever seen in my life.
And Charlotte carried it.
No, I think it was combined. It was combined.
No, Mercedes and Bayley
I love Charlotte.
Takeover Brooklyn was one of the best women's matches of all time.
Bayley carried it.
No, she did not.
I didn't like her when she debuted in NXT. I didn't like her when she debuted on the main roster.
It's okay not to like the character, but to say you don't think she's talented at all is crazy.
I don't.
Wild.
She needs more. She needs more reps. She needs more reps.
She needs more time in training.
Tanner hates her. Paul loves her. I'm in the middle. She needs more reps.
I think you did that backwards.
He did. He's tired.
Okay.
What? Tanner hates her. Paul loves her. Oh,
Mercedes.
I'm sorry. Oh, shit. My bad.
Yeah.
I caught on. Paul hates her. Tanner loves her. I'm in the middle. She needs more reps.
I need my boy JPJ here to help me out.
Oh, that's because he's a Boston guy.
Yes, he is a Boston. Oh, I can't do it.
He's from South Bend, Indiana.
That's Pluggo.
That's Pluggo.
Oh boy, we need to get Shep to bed.
Shep, wrestler of the week in rating.
It's been a long week, boys. I played in the Calcutta this weekend and I got my ass kicked. And my partner was a PGA professional, if that tells you anything. So, rest of the week, man, this is a good one.
I'm trying to figure out what you're doing there, Tanner. Are you trying to?
I'm just figuring out where that
over the board.
Yeah, where that came from. I'm just
okay.
Throwing things around here.
I played a lot of golf in the last 2 days and way more golf than I should.
I played a bunch of video games over the weekend. I mean, I'm a little tired. My eyes hurt a little bit.
I'm old.
I watched shitty football in person yesterday.
I actually turned 42 tomorrow, and I'm old.
Hey, happy birthday!
Happy early birthday!
Happy early birthday!
Thanks. When I rolled out of bed this morning, I realized that I'm old.
I thought you had an October birthday.
Yeah, September 30th.
All right.
I'm a baller. Anyways,
so by the time you're listening to this on streaming platforms for audio reasons, it is Shep's birthday.
I'm gonna give. Can I give my rest of the week to a couple?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna give my rest of the week to the Jarretts.
Okay. I can get behind the Jarretts.
I'm going Karen Jarrett and the old Double J. Obviously, if you looked at my little comment today, their strap match with Hangman was one of the best gimmick matches I've seen in a long, long time. I loved how she hopped in there to save her man. She got involved. It was really good. It was really damn good. When you see a gimmick match on TV, we all kind of like roll our eyes nowadays, like, oh, that's lazy booking or whatever. But I thought this one was really good. They did a great job. So my wrestler of the week is the Jarretts.
Love it. And Mal just wants you to do the Fargo strut, Shep.
What the fuck is that?
Jeff Jarrett strut?
Oh, I can do the strut. I can do that strut better than Ric Flair can do the strut.
Oh,
Especially.
I think we got to see it now.
Trust me. Never mind. Hold on.
Put the headset down.
Oh, headset down. So
I think he's a little too tired.
No. I used to do this in a golf tournament. We all know Bobby Shane, which
not everybody.
Everybody.
All do, but not everybody.
But
nobody else does.
I know. Nobody else does outside of our lovely little group here. But I used to when you wear a golf shirt, it has a collar on it, and I'd pull that, I'd pop that collar, and I'd do the fucking strut, and I'd look at Bobby Shane, and I go woo, and it just pissed him off. And
I think we need to see the strut, Shep.
Yeah, seeing is believing, and right now, Shep, I don't believe you.
I don't have a collared shirt on. I got a t-shirt on, so
you can still pretend to do the pop.
I can't do it.
Man. I had the solo button ready to go and everything.
The solo button?
So it'd blow you up like that, only for you on the screen and not Tanner.
Yeah, why do I want to?
Now he screwed it all up and he can't bring anybody back.
I don't want to look at Tanner all night.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Tanner doesn't know how to run the controls, and he took my freaking...
Hey, there we go.
There's me.
Look at that.
Let's do it.
Woo! That's all I got. I can't. I don't have a collared shirt on, so.
Hey, we got there's a picture of
like
Paul's
excuses.
Jackalope title. There we go. Shep, before we end this, you share birthdays with Trevor Lee, Chris Von Erich, and Candice Michelle.
Oh, the Von Erichs. Love the Von Erichs. And Candice Michelle.
Yep.
She don't hold a stick to Mama Wayne.
Bang! There it is.
There it is.
And before we end this, we still got our freaking wrestlers of the week, Tanner.
Oh,
yep.
Slacker,
Go for it, Paul.
Do you forget?
No,
how
I
to
didn't
run
forget
a
about
podcast?
I did. I was getting it to you, Jackalope.
It is my birthday. It is my birthday. Okay.
Yeah. Returning Anna Jay, wrestler of the week. She's improved a lot, and it's time to let the Anna Jay star shine.
Paul's got an Anna Jay obsession like Majin does with Saraya.
Could be worse.
It could be worse.
You could like Lady Frost or something like that.
Yeah. I could be on board with Mercedes Moné.
Oh.
I just think she's very talented in the ring. That's all. That's all. My wrestler of the week. I'm going with the tag team. I'm going with the Young Bucks.
I can get behind that. That for that showing.
I thought they showed out Wednesday night big time, and they still showed they got some left in the tank.
Left in the tank. Hey, hold on. I saw that. I read an article on one of the dirt sheets, and it said the same thing you just said. Left in the tank. Them boys are only like mid-30s, right?
Matt's closer to your age, and Nick's a little younger than me because I think I fall right between the both of them, just like I fall between you two.
I feel like Tim's he's looking at it.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Matt's 39 years old.
Okay.
And Nick's like 34, 35.
Is 35.
So 30, they're not that old, boys.
I know, but they've got a lot of miles on them. So, all right. Well, my rating going first. I'm gonna go for the week since we kind of talked about Dynamite and Collision and we skip Rampage because Rampage is worthless and it's gonna go bye bye when Shockwave comes about. It's gonna go bye bye. I'm going 7.5.
Okay.
For Dynamite?
Dynamite and Collision. I'm combining them.
You're combining them? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
What do you got, Shep?
Well, I was actually going. I was upper 7s, but I was leaning towards Collision this week. So I'm going to go 7.6 on Collision only.
Shep's higher than me. What in the world's going on?
But I'm Collision only.
That's true.
So,
and for the week, I'm higher than both of you at 7.7.
Oh boy.
Hi, guy. Hey, you and Majin think alike. Look at that.
There we go, Majin. You're getting on board with the proper person to follow and be appreciative for, not Tanner.
He likes winners.
Remember, Majin, Tanner loves Mercedes and hates Saraya.
Majin, if you like winners, you're going to be a Kyle Larson fan. Just like me and Steffi.
Do you want me to look who won that race, Shep? Since Steffi never weighed in?
Who won that race today?
Oh, boy. R. Chastain.
Wow. Good for him.
And Larson got...
Larson's already involved in the next round, so I feel like he wouldn't have been...
He got 26th.
Oh, yeah.
Good choice, Majin.
Not a good day for him. Is that Vampiro behind you? No, that's the
That's one of the headbangers.
Yeah. Headbangers, sorry.
Mosh or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember what the other one's name was.
It's both of them.
Yep. So, all right.
All right. Hey, boys, thank you for letting me join late and completely derail the podcast today.
It was already derailed at least twice.
Rabbit holes.
This was rabbit hole central, I feel like.
Mosh
what we do.
Majin's got us.
Mosh and Thrasher. I was never a big headbangers guy, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, be sure to listen to the Kicking Out podcast wherever it is you listen to your podcast. If it happens to be Apple Podcasts, leave us that 5-star review because we are 5-star KOP. Be sure to follow the Kicking Out podcast on all social media at Kicking Out Pod. Be sure to check out kickingOutShop.com. It's your place to go for great merchandise, support a great podcast, and look fantastic doing so. I got my coffee cup with some coffee getting ready to brew out there for me now. So nothing wrong with drinking out of a KOP mug. Be sure to follow Austin Shepard at the Shep27. Be sure to follow that guy who is about to hit 1 full year as predictions champion, Tanner Lee. At Tanner Lee.
On Shep's birthday. On Shep's birthday.
Yep.
How great.
Wow.
And be sure to follow myself at Paul Zartman87. And with that, for Tanner Lee and Austin Shepard, I'm Paul Zartman. Join us again next week as we kick out yet another podcast.